I'm going to show you how to replace the clock spring on the 7.3 2001 Super Duty. The clock spring has gone bad, I know, because we've got the airbag light on the dash. We have no horn and no cruise control either. So, first step to doing this is disconnect the negative terminals from the batteries. The negative is disconnected on both batteries. Make sure you get it on both ones. I like to stick it down where there's no chance of it popping back up and hitting, so you don't short circuit out anything. Or in this case, you don't want to be setting the airbag off on yourself. So now we're going to dig into the steering wheel now that the electrical system is discharged. We're going to come in here and disconnect this tilt column lever. It'll just unscrew on here. There's also a little bolt back there if you want to remove this first, but usually these will just unscrew from here. You've got these two caps right here, one right here, and then one over here on the other side. You'll remove those, and this centerpiece will come off the airbag assembly. Just be careful with this. If it does go off, you don't want it hitting you in the face. There'll be two wires back there that you disconnect, one for the horn, one for the airbag, and then you can set this piece aside. Then we're going to be removing the column cover on top and bottom. The bottom one will come first, then the top one, and also we're going to be needing to remove the ignition assembly. I'll show you how to do that. And then we're going to need to pull the steering wheel off with either a steering wheel puller, dedicated steering wheel puller, or I have an assortment of bearing pullers, so I think that'll probably work, do the trick. Then we'll be at the clock spring and we can replace all the wiring there. Should be pretty straightforward. I'll walk you through it each step of the way. This truck is a manual, will work the same way on an automatic, so this is the same on any of the Super Duty series. So let's get right after it. I like to grab the key and just insert it into the ignition, give it a turn, make sure we've got no leftover power in any electronics. Just when you're dealing with the airbag, you don't want anything to go askew. So then I'm going to grab a tool out of my belt, probably a little pick tool like this. Pick these covers off of here to reveal the nut that's behind them. So just kind of work it in there like that. Then you can see inside of there you've got a bolt. That'll come undone on this side as well as the other side, and the airbag will come disconnected. This steering wheel column tilt lever will often be on here pretty good. So what I do is I'll wrap a rag around here and then use a pair of channel lock pliers to loosen it up, or in this case, I just had a glove in my pouch, so you can see I just wrap it around there to protect it, then tighten down pretty snugly, and then it comes undone pretty good. But that'll help bust it free. You can see it's just threaded in there into a metal plate. These are the two bolts that come out of the back there and hold the airbag on. And then this guy, he just comes off like that. Pretty decently heavy. You can see there's a wire connection right there, and then there's a wire connection down there at the bottom to that little yellow wire. If you can see it, we'll take those both off and set the airbag aside gently. We've got the airbag out now. This little clip gets pulled out. There's a tab that gets lifted on the airbag, and then that little clip can come out of there. Then it gets bent down and you can reach this one, push right there, pull that clip out. Now we're going to remove that bolt right there. That's a T50 star head. And then we'll remove the shrouds and the ignition cylinder. These usually aren't here too bad. Let me just hold the steering wheel real quick. And this one's no different. Take this off, and then at this point, this is where you're going to need your bearing puller or steering wheel column puller. Put it right in there and hook it around here and pull the steering wheel. I've got the puller all hooked up right here. You can see just going from the top and bottom there to hook the steering wheel assembly. One quick note is you have to pull this wire right here. It goes right there. This wire stays connected, it is part of the new clock spring assembly. So I'm just going to crank down on this thing. Steering wheel should pop off. Puller did the job. Steering wheel's loose. Off it comes. We're ready to pull this bottom shroud, which is just held in here by some screws, and the top shroud. We've got the lower steering column cover off. It's right there. It's held on by 3 Phillips. And then right here you can see this is where the tilt wheel lever screws into. We'll probably have to tilt this thing down to get the top shroud off. But first of all, then what we're going to do is remove the ignition cylinder. What you're going to do is take the key, put it in, and turn it to the on position. And then right here, if you can see, there's a little, looks like a ball bearing. And you're just going to take a little tool and stick it in there, and then the ignition cylinder should pull right out, and then it'll just go right in the same way. Then we're going to tilt this column down so that we can get access to the top panel to take it off. I'm just going to screw in tilt lever just a little bit. We'll do something like that. There we go. And now we can work on getting the top column off. It kind of pulls it up, around, nothing too crazy. Just like that. So now here we are with the clock spring pretty much right up on top. Here's the old clock spring right here. Just popped it off there with a flat blade screwdriver. It's just held on, you can see, by little plastic clips. Now this wire right here gets routed down out of these little holder clips right there, and then goes all the way down there and then plugs in right there. There's 2 plugs right there. So we'll chase this wire, unplug it, plug in the new one, and basically reverse this whole process. We've got the new clock spring on the truck, and let me show you a little bit here. The wiring, we've got this little cable that gets routed down here through this little clip and through this clip right here, and then into these 2 plugs right here. And the way I got the old plugs out is I just reached back in there with these flush cutters, and I snipped off these plastic prongs right here because they come on the new ones. And then you can reach in here to these little clips and unplug the harness, plug the new one back in, and then these guys just go back up in here, push up there to secure, and this one will go right there. And they just push up in there and get secured just like they were previously. So that's all out of the way there. And then don't miss this little guy on the ignition right here. He just clips in there like so. That comes off the harness right there, you can see. And it has this little protective plastic clip on it because there's a little bare wire, like little contact that goes in there. Now, how to put the clock spring on. It only goes on one way for the indexing of the steering column shaft and this white piece. So you can see on the old one here, this little black guide, it's just the shape of that. So you put it on there and then rotate this black piece until the little alignment holes, you can see there's one here, top, bottom, and side, until they line up. And to get it to rotate is you push this little yellow piece out of the way, and that causes it to rotate independently without going so far that you damage the internal coils of the wiring. So now we're ready to put the steering wheel back on. Quick note, actually, you do want to put the top shroud on before you put the steering wheel on. Then you can put the steering wheel back on. Much easier to do it that way. And then after the steering wheel's on, of course, that bolt goes back in, get it tightened down. The steering wheel is back in. We've got just this little wire to connect. It'll go right in there, like so. We've got these 2 to connect, but first of all, I'm going to put the ignition cylinder back in. It's very similar to how you took it out. Just put it right in the right index. Make sure that little guy feeds into the hole. Should just slide right in. So we'll do that now. I'm just going to take the cylinder like so and thread that little piece in there. Just like so, and you can see that little ball popped out of there now, and now the key comes in and works like it's supposed to. Everything's back together. Basically just reverse put these in, screw that back in, hook up the batteries again, and then that's a good sign. So now I'm going to go test, make sure the cruise control works. Everything should be good. Shouldn't have a airbag light on the dash anymore. Pick up the tools. It's not a hard install. Just make sure the battery's disconnected. These trucks, that's something I love about them, is they're just super easy to work on. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them there. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you next time.